we're live. Welcome back to another episode of the Sheila Exchange. A few weeks ago, we did speak to a number of NGOs who are out there at ground level with creating food banks and distributing food to people affected by the pandemic. And we thought that it's such a situation out there and there's been so much talk about it that we would bring back the topic again and revisit the topic again in the light of everything that's being said out there in social media, maybe clear the air about a few things and get a real picture of what's happening out there. Now, I am Sheila Singham, the host of the Sheila Exchange, but today I've got someone special. She has been on the Sheila Exchange before and she's back again to talk about food. She is someone who absolutely loves food. And for her, the idea that there are people out there who are going hungry is just too much to consider. All right. And so she just wants to make sure she keeps on talking about this topic of feeding the nation's famished and the nation's hungry. She is Fong Lai Lin. She's got a very eclectic background. Her career has taken on several incarnations. For quite a long time now, she has been the sales director, is still the sales director of Messe Worldwide, servicing 5 countries in the region. She is also the founder, member, and leader, chieftain of Pathway, a new company that she has set up to pass on her passion for digitalization, education, training, advisory services, and so on. She has a big passion for digitalization, which has led her to several speaking and moderating engagements with several well-known organizations, government-related organizations. She's a jack of all trades and a master of all of them. She's also quite a chef. So I am going to hand over this segment to Fong Lai Lin today. Lai Lin, over to you.
Thank you, Sheila, for the very lengthy introduction. I have never been introduced that way before, so I am going to be humbly accepting it. Thank you so much, Sheila, for having me again on this segment. And I am very, very proud to be able to talk about food in a different sense, right? And I was actually the host for something similar in the beginning of July, and we talked to 3 NGOs that actually took on the initiatives to feed the hungry in different parts of Malaysia, and how they did it and how they actually addressed it. So today we welcome, shall I address you with Dato' Johan?
No, right. I'm not Dato'.
Okay, so we bring on Johan Khalid. He is the Chief Operating Officer of Yayasan Food Bank Malaysia, and YFBM in short was established in 2019. So let me just do a little bit of introduction on Johan. He is a land surveyor by profession. Now I'm going to ask him, where did he find the time to be able to go down to the streets and gather the food and feed the nation's hungry? But before we go there, I'll elaborate a little bit further. He's also the founder of Sahabat Jariah Malaysia, a non-governmental organization who dedicates to providing services and support to the community. As the president, he has been actively involved in helping the Orang Asli for basic education, health, and economy over the years. Now, as COO at YFBM, he has played a crucial role in ensuring that together with his industrial partners as well as government agencies, they were able to reach out to so many individuals, given the plight that we are in, including university students, if I'm not mistaken, but judging from the website, huh, Johan?
Yes.
Fantastic. Maybe you'd like to elaborate a little bit further. How did that come about in terms of feeding, especially university students who are stuck in university and unable to go back? That's one. And 2, how did you come to join YFBM?
Okay, thank you very much, Lynn, and especially our Sheila here, Sheila Singham. Okay, thank you very much to invite me to this live to this channel. Okay, firstly, of course, I think Lynn not asking me any question yet. Just a beginning, right?
Yes.
So of course, when I am in this line, as an NGO, we are on the ground for 6-7 years. We know how the life of the people in the ground, on the ground, see, especially the Aborigine, especially the orang asli. Okay, normally they are malnutrition deep inside the jungle. They are malnutrition and difficult to get foods from because most of them is hunter gathering. So nowadays all the thing going to extinct already. How are they going to hunt anymore? So they depend on the food supply from outside. So we the one who need to supply them. If not, they will be starving and hunger and malnutrition. Most of the cases they are malnutrition. So when years by years I am doing this, then we definitely we gain some experience from there. How by trial and error, how to feed these people. So then, no, of course, somebody have looked at our services. Somebody have looked at our services, our service on the ground. They offer us, to run a bigger scale of the operation. That's why I come to the Yayasan Food Bank Malaysia. Okay.
Okay. So, based on your website, YBFM was founded in 2019 under KDN HEP to align the food bank initiatives. What would you say has been your milestones so far, and how could you say your success stories would be like?
Okay, I need to clear a few things first. Okay, clear first about the Yayasan Food Bank Malaysia. Yayasan Food Bank Malaysia has been registered or incorporated in legal division Prime Minister Office. Okay, it's not. It's
Prime
not
Minister's
under
office.
KPN.
Okay.
It's incorporated in legal division Prime Minister Office under Trustees Act. Okay, under Trustees Act. So, but we are operating right under the KPDN HEP at that moment. Okay, it's actually as a government. The time we are operating, definitely all the grants, all the fund, everything come from the government, right? So, but when the thing, we know, everybody knows that what's happening, twist of the government, then push YFBM out from the KPDN HEP. So now we are operating independently, right? We are operating.
Okay.
So definitely without without funding, without grant from the government anymore. So we need to work ourselves. We need to, look for ourselves ways to get all the funds to run the operation. We managed to stand tall independently. Since definitely the thing happened so once the early of 2020 when the twist of the government. So we managed to struggle off. Independently by 2020 also we managed to, together the 320,000 metric tons of edible surplus food. See?
Wow.
So from that we can generate. We can turn it to 915,000 meals and feed the beneficiaries. 915,000 meals from the 320,000 tons or metric ton of surplus food that we gather. They cost around 4.5 million ringgit worth, right? So that's really challenging. So there's just I explained just now is you said for me it's a success story from the government. Depend on everything from the fund from the government. So we out from the government. So we still manage to run and to do the food banking by ourselves. Right.
This is definitely a success story. First and foremost, you were able to address food waste because it's surplus edible food that has already been cooked, I am assuming. And then you were able to then redistribute to so many families, 915,000 meals that cost about 4.5 million ringgit. Imagine if that ended up in the landfill.
Yeah.
That would have been like such a waste. And I know that a lot of people here might think that there is nothing, but in actual fact, imagine what that kind of money could have been used to do elsewhere. The value is already there.
Yeah.
So that must be for you also such a huge learning curve to be able to see that kind of food value was able to be saved and then refed into the system. What do you think?
Okay, that's actually that's what talking about is food banking all about.
Yeah.
Right? to save all the surplus, to save all the waste from the foods, and turn it to become, meals for the people who need. But that's why I think we're talking about a greater way is actually when this pandemic comes in 18th of March 2020, then we impose the MCO. Then starts the challenge to come from there, because we from before we depend our surplus, we depend our food is from the waste from the food industry, is the hotel industry, the big event industries, and all the restaurant, cafe industries. But when the MCO imposed, none of that is in the operation. So we're going to get all the waste. Right. So that's our biggest challenge at that time. So we need to work our way how to get all the supply or all the food that now at that moment nobody wastes the food anymore, because actually it's no big event, it's no hotels, it's no cafe, it's no restaurant anymore. So MCO actually everybody abide the decision. Everybody respect the government decision, because everybody's thinking that that moment is different compared to current situation, right? So the thing worsen day by day at that moment. Okay, so all the industry closed, or the shop closed, no cafe, no event. But more and more people need to be feed. More and more people we need to feed. At that time, is our motto is rescuing food to feed the nation. But now it's no food for us to rescue, right? So, but we still need to feed the nation. So we find way how to gather the food. Then we go and do the marketing. So, what we say in marketing, go and talk to all the food industries, like the biscuits, all kind of packed foods in the Klang Valley, in Malaysia. So look for, because they also cannot sell their products.
Their food,
we talk to them, say any food that's going to expire in 1 month or 2 months, please give us for us to repack it back and send to the needy. So very luckily they all get the idea, get the thing. So we receive a lot of tons of food that they cannot sell, but the thing no chef value anymore. Of course, the shop or the supermarket don't want to accept their food anymore. If 1 month to expire or 2 weeks to expire, nobody want to accept the food. So they will send to us, or most of them we go and collect from them. So come to our warehouse, then we repacking the things, and then we gather, then we get all the food for us to supply to the needy. Okay, asking. Then at the same time also, a lot of people want to help, but they are not food industries. They are in different line, the construction companies or whatever things, technology or this thing, but they also want to help. That time we open ourselves for donation, the cash donation, the cost donation. But we are, our donation is tax exemption. Tax exempted. We got a tax exempted from LHDN. So whoever donate us with cash, so they are entitled for the tax exemption. So at this, 2020 really very, very, challenging years for us to come up with establish the new way of food banking, right? Then luckily we can manage to do that successfully.
Okay. Would you then say for YFBM, right, it being such a large organization, and you have many good industry names under your belt, contributing in terms of cash and in kind as well, like you mentioned, food that is expiring near to the date, and then you're able to then redistribute that to the needy. How would you then say, in collaboration with the smaller NGOs that are also looking at feeding the poor or feeding the needy? And as you mentioned, when you go into the low-cost flats and those who have lost their jobs, some of them are more in dire need as compared to some others. And there are those who do not know how to ask for help. And why FBM can only be at so many places. How do you then, allocate your resources? Do you also work with NGOs, other NGOs, smaller ones?
Okay. First thing, Aline, actually, most of people misunderstanding about the food bank. The food banking system is totally different what people think. Actually, the Petronas they say they're doing a food banking. The Shell at the Shell station, they say they do food banking. The mosque, they say they do a food banking. Everybody want to do food banking, but actually it's not a food bank. Okay? The name also is there is bank. Bank means you need to have a customer. You need to have a depositor. Definitely, right? Bank, you cannot go to the ATM machine. I mean, to withdraw the money without you deposit the money there, right? So if you say the Shell doing the food banking, everybody can come in or take something, the Maggie or whatever thing, the bill, everything going out, right? That is not food banking, right? The food banking actually is supply driven. It's a supply driven. We need to collect food first. We need to keep collect all the foods. We keep them. We reprocess back the things. Then our partners is all the NGOs. Our partners is not the end user. Our partner is not the beneficiaries, because the NGO who's on the ground, they knows who's need the food, who need to be helped. Okay, so we under us, we have the small NGO need to register under us. Oh, we become like umbrella. We become like umbrella. So we gather all the food from all the industries. So we call all the small NGO. So you come and give us the list, the name of beneficiaries, where you want to distribute the things. Okay, so you register with us, you sign MOU with us, then we will give you the foods for you to go down the ground to supply. To distribute to the. It's no issue that whether we work together with NGO or not, because NGO is our strength.
Yep.
Because we need them to distribute. If not, we're not capable to go down to every state or to every places to distribute to the beneficiaries. Because some of we don't know who's a beneficiary. We don't know who really need. Because we are busy gathering the food, repacking in our warehouse, or we have no time to go out look for who need to be helped. So that's why the NGOs come to fit. The position, so but they need to be a genuine. You need to provide us with a genuine list of names, right? Then in order for us to release the food for you to go and distribute to the beneficiaries. Okay, Elaine.
Okay, that's logical enough, because there's when you read so many Facebook postings, sharings on WhatsApp, and everybody appealing for food, and then they park it at certain strategic locations, and then you have videos that share about people who don't necessarily show that they are impoverished or without jobs, but they're there taking the food. So it questions that kind of process. Is this truly a food bank that you should be able to put in one place and then people take the entire load with no, cause for concern? Or do you go through something like what you guys are doing in terms of Yayasan? This is where I want to ask you in terms of process, okay? Do you think what you are doing is also somewhat similar to what all the other international food banks are also aiming at achieving? Like, for instance, in America, they have food banks located in various locations. People have to physically go in to submit food stamps in order for them to actually get food, like from the can be perishables all the way up to dry goods. Do you think, like Yayasan here could also adopt a similar concept, or would you continue doing what you guys are now doing, where the NGOs come, sign an MOU with you, and then the food gets distributed that way?
Okay, thank you. We also have, a networking with international food banking. Like we have a global food bank networks. We have Asian food bank federations.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have exchange the information all the times. Actually, the idea, last 20 years already in America already have a food bank, right? So from there, the system evolved and then developed to become such a way like nowadays. But Yayasan Food Bank is we maintain what we are doing now. Gathering the foods. Actually, the supply driven. Okay, we are not demand driven. We are supply driven. So we let our NGOs, our partners be demand driven. So the people who demand from them, they come demand from us, right? So we will continue doing that. At the same time, we also want to feel, send the food direct to the beneficiaries. So we create such a program. We call it food bank cares. Food bank cares, we allocate at least 1 month, at least 200 or 300 packs for our own staff to go and look for the beneficiaries on the ground. For them to feel, not only give to the NGOs and let the NGOs go and distribute. We also want to go down and feel that and to meet the other people how they suffer. Then we have 2 programs on doing that. We have food bank runcit. Food bank runcit means is a sundry one, because people every day people calling in to our office ask for to help. So we keep record. Then all the things, and we have a teams who do it, who entertain this call. So another one is a food bank cares. We give our staff the chance to help their relative, to help their surrounding, maybe at their taman or at their PPR, they have 20 or 30 or hundreds of people need to be helped. So we ask them to gather all the information, then we channels all the food, everything through them, through our own staff. So we want them to help their own relative first. Let them feel that they are in the food bank. If not, the parent will ask, hey, you work in the food banks, how come you cannot help your neighbor? How come you cannot help your kampung people? So we give them the opportunity, to list down the names that the neighbors or whoever they knows that need to help. So we will support them. So we have 2 programs that that we touch direct to the beneficiaries. Other than that, because we work in the bigger scale. We work in the bigger scale. You just imagine last July we received from Mi Sedap. You know Mi Sedap or not?
Yes.
We received from Mi Sedap 44,000 cartons.
44,000. Whoa.
Okay. So if we want to work from 44,000 cartons, we ourselves to go down and give to the beneficiaries, how long we can take? We need to take the time. Some of the expiry dates give us only 1.5 months to expire it. So we need to work it fast, because then people will consume the thing is still in the goods. But not in the expired time. So we need to work fast. We cannot go and give to 1 family, 2 families, 3 families. Cannot. So we need to work with the NGOs. We call the NGOs, give you 1,000 cartons, give you 3,000 cartons. In Johor, give for 5,000 cartons. In Kuantan, give 10,000 cartons. So we need to make it fast. So this the idea of Yayasan Food Bank is we work on the bigger side, in the bigger scales. So then the beneficiaries we receive all over the country from our NGOs who register with us. Especially the same thing to the like you said, nowadays, like the kitchen, most of the kitchen also they cannot open the restaurant. Not the kitchen. I'm talking about the
restaurants and stuff.
The caterer, the caterer.
The caterers, yes.
The event caterer, the big event caterer, they have a huge kitchen, all these things. They are not in business now. So they also looking for fund for them in order to sustain their operation. So they cook food, then they offer to us very cheap. Maybe one packs, maybe 2 ringgit or 3 ringgit, that actually was 8, 10 ringgit. Right? So they also don't know where they can distribute, because they don't know where the beneficiaries. So then they come to us and ask our help. Where the data, where we can supply this food all. So we already have a list of NGOs that already have a data in hand. So we match them. So they do the things, and a lot of people get the beneficiaries benefit from that. You see, so that's why I try to tell you, like you said just now, like in the US they do the stamp, whoever can come. They want in small scale we can do it, but in bigger scale we cannot entertain this small this. Our time will be consumed on other things.
Okay. Would you say then maybe a small fraction of the Malaysian society is a little bit afraid to ask for help? Because at the end of the day, we're supposed to be able to find work, be able to put food on the table, not have to be dependent on others. And then when you're struck this kind of situation and you are found to be lost, and like you mentioned earlier before, our segment started, that a few of them do not know how to ask for help, or rather are lost because they have no idea how to ask for help. Would you then say maybe now is the time to say, don't be shy, if you need food and if you need supplies in your area, however it might be, to reach out to Yayasan?
Okay, like this, Lynn. Okay, I elaborate a little bit on this, right? We talking about all of us are talking about we need to help the B40. I mean, the underprivileged people.
Yes,
okay?
yes.
You need to know that B40, they are B40 before the pandemic. Okay, before the MCO, before whatever things we name it, they're already the B40. Okay, they're not. Most of them is already B40. Most of them already work day and night and earns a very minimum. So they used to get help from YB, from NGOs, from Jabatan Kebajikan Masyarakat, from Zakat. So a lot of things. These people are used to get help. But when this pandemic happened, actually blessed for them because most of people turn to them. Okay, a lot of most of NGOs or big organization and the agencies turn to them. Last time maybe 3 months one they get help, but now every week they get help. Okay? Because everybody want to join. The fiesta or helping this kind of thing. That's why I said they already B40 before the pandemic. So when this happened, this pandemic happened, they are flourished with this kind of helps. Some of the houses become like Kedai Runcit, really, about 10 stacks of rice, 20 bags of sugars, kind of things. See?
Wow.
Yeah, some of that's why you asked me that question just now. But the people who don't know how to get help, that's the problem.
Yeah,
we need to go and look for them. We need to go and look for them because not they shy, but they don't know how to go out and get help. Okay? Although they are very minority, but still we need to help them. Okay?
Yeah.
The biggest more problem actually for the M40 who turn to be B40.
Yes.
Okay. Last time they earn 3,000, 5,000 a month. Suddenly they are no income. These people, they are not only a problem in kind of food, but financially is killing them. Okay. We know the people who commit suicide is all the people from this category, from the M40 people who become a B40, right? We never hear that B40 people who commit suicide because they used to it already their life. Okay? They used to it their life already. But M40, these are people who hold every house, every room got aircon, right? So their bill, electricity bill every month is 200-300 ringgit, but they cannot totally stop because the children keep on the aircon. But suddenly end of the month, they need to pay 300, 400. Where you can going to find the money to pay the electricity bill? Okay? To make them, their life become stressed, depressed, and a lot of things. Emotionally disturbed. So these people that we need to look, these people we need to cater. Okay? They really don't, go out and help. They also shy. Last time they used to be quite okay. The house got 2 cars. Now the car's still there, but because they got moratorium, they don't need to pay for the installment. So the car's still there. Nobody go and repossess the car yet. But in their real life, how to pay the bills, how to go and get the rice, everything, I really pity them. So emotionally they are disturbed. We need nowadays we're talking everybody try to give food all the same kind of things, same kind of items, but nobody's think about how they express about the financial things.
Yeah, totally agree with you, Johan. We understand that B40 has always been B40, like you mentioned. They've already known what it means to be living within their means. But the M40, like you mentioned, who are afraid to ask for help because they lived in comfort for so long, and then suddenly you're left with nothing.
You see now the B40 families, the B40 family who demand more. The B40 family who demand more, especially because they have subsidy mentality. They have a lot of, really, tada tangan. They know, they just ask for only. At this moment, they know a lot of people want to help. Especially now, the PDPR, the people learn online, the school, everything. So they ask people, they go demand, where you give our tabs, our laptop, everything need to give them because their kids cannot go to school because they don't have tabs, they don't have all kind of thing. So this issue now, actually, the tab is very important. Most of the, B40 students, they don't learn online. because some of their place no internet line or some no gadgets or kind of thing. Okay, but actually the issue thing is beyond food, right? Our problem is beyond food.
Yes.
not only food, right?
Okay. All right. So before we wrap up, what you call? I have a final question for you. What is the difference between what you do and soup kitchens? And if there is this synergy, because there's always this argument about, soup kitchens being able to feed the homeless, for instance, and then you have so many who decide, come festive period, I'm going to feed the homeless, but then the homeless gets, one person, but he gets like 10 packets and there's all cooked food. So how do you then save that cooked food, because he has nowhere to put that cooked food? And if that's the case, how can Yayasan and Soup Kitchen actually work together to address that issue? Because then it still ends up being food waste, right?
Yes, actually, Food Kitchen, our strategic partners. You can name it. Who's Soup Kitchen in Klang Valley? Actually, the Food Aid Foundation, the Kachara Kitchens. You heard about that, right?
Yes, yes.
The Kembara Kitchens, a lot of things. They are our strategic partners, because when we get things, we give to them. Whatever thing we get. Sometimes people give us the raw. The raw materials of, for example, the vegetables, the potatoes, the cabbage, all these things. So normally we pass to them because we know they can cook. Then a lot of other things also that almost expired. Some already expired, and then they can repack or redo it or make it consumable. Can eat. They maybe they cooks and they do it retort or this kind of thing. So actually, we are not a competitor. We work hands in hands.
That's good. Yeah.
Sometimes the industries also, the food industries, they reach the soup kitchen first. They want to give a lot of things, but the soup kitchen cannot accept it because they don't have a networking for our other NGOs to distribute. So they will pass the thing to us. Then we, the one who distribute back to other NGOs to distribute on the ground. You see, we get the food from us. We give to the NGOs. NGOs give to the beneficiaries. Then we get the food. We give to soup kitchen. Then soup kitchen we cook the food and give to distribute it to the beneficiaries. But soup kitchen operation is localized.
Yeah.
Right? Because you cannot cook in KL and want to send the food to JB, right? Yeah. You only cook in KL, maybe you can distribute in Klang Valley only. You need to have a proper, logistic, the temperature, lorries or whatever thing to send. If not, your cooked food become cold or whatever. It's not good for consumption. So that's why the soup kitchen is they operate localized, unless they like Food Aid Foundation, they will have some in Kota Baru, some in Ipoh. They have a different branch. Okay, then they operate that way. All right. I think you're clear about the.
Definitely right now. Yes. So I'm going to tell the people out there, whoever is listening to us at this point in time, if you have any kind of initiatives that you would like to take part in with Yayasan Food Bank Malaysia, if you have spare cash to donate, please do donate, because some of us have money in abundance but don't know where to channel it. Yes, and then you also have a lot of food that we consume but don't necessarily actually consume everything at one go. Or if you want to volunteer, I take it that YFBM actually takes volunteers, because I was reading one of the sharings, and I believe you need volunteers to be able to disperse as much as you can in this day and age. So anybody who's interested, you can look them up on Facebook, Yayasan Food Bank Malaysia. Johan is here, and I'm sure that some of you who are listening in would like to also see how you guys can contribute. So get in touch with Yayasan Food Bank Malaysia. If not, go to their their website, and I'm sure it's very easily Googled anyway. So Mr. Google will be able to tell you. And I'd like to thank Mr. Johan Khalid today for your time, to be able to share and dispel all of the negativity behind some of the initiatives that some people do. And, and I'm all the more proud to be Malaysian, because despite whatever situation that we're in, we're always coming together to be able to help one another. Thank you so much again, Johan.
Thank you very much.
All right. I'm passing back to Sheila.
Thank you, Lalin, for hosting that. Thank you, Johan, for joining us and giving us this insight. You know, I've been listening to what you're saying, Johan, and some of the things you're saying were an eye-opener for me, like the M40 and B40, like everyone says, or people are going out there, they can't handle what is happening here, the mental health issue. You shed some insight into the fact that the B40s are actually, well, for them it's like biasa lah, you know what I mean? But the M40s are the ones who can't cope with the situation. That's very interesting. And on another note, Johan, what's interesting to me is that for me, there are a lot of people out there who can talk. They can say this food bank and that initiative and that other initiative, they're not doing as well. Don't know where the food's going. Are they really reaching out to the people? You can even have one NGO knocking the other and saying, oh, we're doing better than them, or they don't know what they're doing. And, at the end of the day, at this point in time, I think what we want to do is support the initiatives that are taking place. Let's just stop talking about who's doing, who's not doing, who's doing right, not doing right, and all that. As long as we've got people like, you, Johan, and your team of people who are actually out there feeding, no matter what category of people who know how to ask, don't know how to ask and all that, as long as that food is getting out to the people who want it and need it, I think we just need to applaud the initiatives that are taking place by anybody, and everybody is able to go out there, whether it's an individual solo person or a larger organization like yours, whatever you're doing to help during this pandemic, let's just applaud those people who are doing something. So I'd like to thank you very much for being here. Lynn, true enough, another topic about food. And so thank you very much for being here once again. You have been, thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. You have been listening to me, Sheila Singham, introducing Lailin Fong, who then interviewed Johan Khalid of Yayasan Food Bank Malaysia. And as Lailin said, as the lady said, anything we can do to support all these endeavors, let's pull together, because that's what Malaysians are all about. Thank you very much, and join us again next week for another informative session. Until then, this is Sheila Singham signing off from the Sheila Exchange. Thank you.